News. A mother is mourning after losing her newborn baby. And she's pointing accusing fingers at two hospitals, St. Teresa's Hospital in Kikuyu and Bellevue Hospital here in South C, Nairobi. Now, Mercy Wangari is blaming St. Teresa's Hospital for inducing labor at 7 months of pregnancy and Bellevue Hospital for allegedly stopping the treatment of the preterm baby after she failed to pay her hospital bill. Now, Bellevue Hospital has detained the body of the infant and has even taken away Wangari's vehicle as collateral. Let's get more from our very own Purity Mwambia.
So now I'm wondering, you are holding my baby, you are holding my logbook, you are holding my car. What is it that you want?
We witnessed the commotion at Bellevue Hospital South C here in Nairobi.
Pia wewe ni mwanamke kama mimi. Unajua hivyo. Nimelose mtoto wangu. Tulikuwa tunataka kumpumzisha leo.
The hospital had detained a new mother, Mercy Wangari, and the body of her dead newborn baby.
Niko na uchungu wa mtoto wangu. Niko na uchungu wa mtoto wangu. It's not fair. It's not fair. Sio fair. Niko na uchungu. Kwanza venye mtoto wangu amekufa naambiwa like 30 minutes.
Bellevue Hospital was owed 650,000 Kenyan shillings. Wangari decided to use her logbook as a surety. But that was not enough.
Nipeni tu mtoto wangu nizike hivyo tu.
You know, to use even a fraudster right now to act like a lawyer. No, that is how people matter.
No, maybe babangu anakuja nitamalipa hii pesa. Unajua pia ni wewe ulisema. Yeye haina shida nilisema.
Wangari was released after physically handing over her car to the hospital as collateral, but the hospital still detained the body of her newborn baby. The car still remains parked at the entrance of the hospital.
You have our logbook, you have my car, and now you want to be, unataka tena ukae na mwili ya mtoto wangu. Now, hiyo ni unyama kiasi gani?
This is where it all started. On the 10th of April 2020, at 10 a.m., Mercy Wangari walked into this hospital, St. Teresa Hospital in Kikuyu town. She was 7 months pregnant at the time.
I had some pain on my stomach. I went to hospital. I was told some tests were done. Nikaambiwa niko na some infection, manageable.
Wangari was here for a checkup as an outpatient client, but something unexpected happened.
Nikapewa injection, and from there I started bleeding, and the pain became more intense. Yes, the pain became more intense, and then after a while, at around 6:30, I was taken to the maternity.
St. Teresa Hospital has got no facilities or capacity to handle cases like Wangari's. She blames the hospital for inducing an early labor at 28 weeks of pregnancy.
I could not deliver at that institution because hawana incubators.
That same day, at around 9 p.m., St. Teresa Hospital transferred her to Bellevue Hospital, which is 30 kilometers away from Kikuyu town. She claims not to have been consulted on the choice of the hospital.
It was at night, at around 9:43 p.m. I went to Bellevue. I delivered a baby boy, and he was akawekwa kwa NICU, and amekuwa hapo for 22 days. Everything had developed, but the lungs, we needed some time for them to develop, and that is normal for every preterm. So he was put on oxygen. Nilikuwa nimemuita Tyrell Mufasa Otieno. Tyrell means a warrior. Yeah, that is what my son was, a warrior.
Terrell was put in an incubator. Bellevue, too, claimed not to have the capacity to handle the baby. 2 nurses were hired from Pumwani Maternity Hospital at Wangare's cost.
12 hours ilikuwa 4,000. Na au nurse walikuwa wawili, moja alikuwa anafanya 24 hours, huyu mwingine anakuja tena 24 hours hivyo. So if nikicalculate 12 hours 4,000 for a day, juu alikuwa anakaa hadi usiku, that is 8,000.
The bill kept on escalating. Wangari was not able to keep up with the bill, and a relative was called by the hospital.
Wherever you are, kindly come now to the hospital, please.
But
please.
Can you help them first?
I'm
going to pay everything.
The problem, the hospital has a lay down protocol, and by we don't want to breach. The process is that we don't have problem with helping the patient. That's why we have delivered and the baby is well doing. So whatever now it is where we reach now, the hospital can't continue more.
The deposit will be available by Tuesday. I told you that
Tuesday, the hospital can't. The hospital can't. Yes. It is not possible for the hospital on Tuesday, please.
Come Tuesday, the bill was not settled.
After one day, my baby's state deteriorated, and the doctor came to me, akaniambia, at this point, there's nothing we can do.
The baby died on the 2nd of May, 2020, 22 days after birth.
I was there with my husband. The nurse called us, akatuambia, we have lost the baby. How sure am I that if they were to stop at 100K, how about at 500,000?
We followed her as she went to Akila police station to report. The police called the hospital and the body was released.
There's a child who passed away, and the hospital has refused to release the body, and they have also taken possession of the client to give them. So we find that a bit unfair, and it's also unlawful because now you are denying him the chance to bury his child.
And to her surprise, the body had been taken to Chiromo mortuary. In normal circumstances, the morgue can only receive the body if it is accompanied by the police or by a relative. But that was not the case here. The baby died due to prematurity. Terrell was buried at the Langata Cemetery. We went back to the 2 hospitals to find answers. At St. Teresa Hospital, the management had this to say.
Very common, we get miscarriages. So it is not the first one.
Was that a miscarriage? Was that a miscarriage?
I think I don't have any other word. If you use a medical term, she's 27 weeks, I'll call it an abortion. But for the sake of clarity, that is a miscarriage by all means. It was not term. She was very far from term. She was 27 weeks to be precise, and normal labor comes at around 39 to 40 weeks. So she was very, very far, and there was no way she would have been induced.
According to gynecologists, a baby born at the age of 28 weeks is referred to as a preterm baby, and a baby can be saved if born at 7 months and weighing 1.3 kilograms. We went to Bellevue Hospital to find out what exactly happened. Wangare's car is still parked at the hospital's entrance. This man approached us. He works at the administration desk, and he had earlier, through a phone call conversation, threatened to discontinue the treatment of the baby if the bill was not paid. When requested for an interview, he decided to literally run away. As Wangari returns back home, she admires the clothes of her baby, clothes that now remain sub-waist. And her hope is that someday she'll get justice.
St. Teresa, hamkunifanyia haki. Sana, you wanted me to deliver at your facility, knowing very well tuliwork na nyinyi from first nikiwa 2 months pregnant. So they knew my journey. So they knew I was 7 months pregnant, and yet walinipeleka kudeliver, and yet they knew mtoto wangu hajafika, wakijua hawana facilities. Bellevue, harassment, mtastop medication. Haikuwa fair because mtoto wangu alikuwa innocent.
Purity Mwambia, Citizen TV.
My goodness, Purity, what a touching story, huh?
Yeah.